Shalom. First off, I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah and Ba'Shem Havrakal Kadash. Double honors goes to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and the sincere shalom goes to the elect Akim out here, pushing this truth in all four corners in truth and sincerity. Hey, here it is. Stuff heating up, Hey, again, the Lord, when He wake you up, He command you to do things. That's prophesied. That's to say before it happened, and sometimes your spirit can weigh on you, and you get caught up, and I guess you can equate it with being sick, because we all sick. Sometimes you get blocks. Your spirit don't be right, but man, the Lord, like the scriptures say, the Lord don't need you. He can raise up rocks, man. He can get. He the creator of all things, the heavens and the earth, all things, and we should be looking at it as a privilege, not a right, to be doing this thing. Just because you're a Hebrew Israelite, don't mean everybody's waking up to this truth, and the Lord don't call everybody to do this thing. And also, like the scriptures say, many are called, but the few are chosen. Many people are called to do this thing, but only few people are going to be the chosen elect. And through the scriptures, you had a lot of prophets that prophesied, and it was a lot harder than what it is today. They would travel and prophesize. They would really have people ready to kill them, and they stood boldly for Yahweh Shah, for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. And it's been on my spirit for a couple of days. Most of all, I'm talking about myself. First of all, need to step it up, because through the scriptures, there's many accounts when brothers been called to do things from the Lord, and I mean, if you ain't do it, the Lord jacked you up, man. Some people got a little mercy, but the Lord jacked you up. And I just want to go into the book of Jonah, because hey, like the scriptures say, slightly paraphrasing, Jake is stiff-necked and rebellious, man. I'm just gonna get straight to it. Little quick hitter, quick hitter, get straight to the point, and little willingness edifying. This Jonah 1:1. The word of the Lord Yahweh came into Jonah, the son of Amittai, saying, "Arise, go into Nineveh, the great city, and cry against it." Now that's what the Lord telling us to do. Go out on these highways and byways and prophesy to, even if nobody don't come up, prophesy to the winds. Do your edify Salakia. Edify and try to bid brothers into the marriage. The true brothers. It ain't about a color, because it's the scattered elect, because Israel's scattered. That's why we call them lost tribes. Going back into verse 2, arise, go into Nineveh, the great city, and cry against it, for their wickedness has come up before me. And hey, like the scripture says, nothing new under the sun. The Lord gave us an order to go out and prophesy, because we don't know when the day of Yahweh Shah coming, man. And you see all these prophecies unfolding. The Babylon the Great's king setting up here, taking over what he just did over in Venezuela. And I was just looking at the BBC News pause, and it was just talking about he giving orders for American citizens to get out of Iran. I wonder why. I wonder what he got coming up. But hey, like I said, there's a lot of stuff going to come out. I was watching something earlier. The nigga Hassan Campbell, he was saying how they was saying when infiltrated Venezuela, they said the Venezuelan army they was where they was fighting something they never seen before. They said it was like over 300 gunshots in less than a minute. They said it was like some hypersonic waves and stuff. Let you know hypersonic waves, and their noses start bleeding and stuff, to let you know that hey, he is really showing his power, man. He's showing his power. And what's next? I mean, hey, we also see what's going on with the ICE and those Egyptians / Somalians bucking up against him, which is going to lead into that Marshall Mathers. You know, I'm speaking in code words, but continuing on. But Jonah rose up to flee into Tarish from the presence of the Lord, and went down into Joppa, and he found a ship going to Tarshish. So he paid the fare, therefore, and went down into it to go with them to Tarash from the presence of the Lord. And that's what happened. A lot of people set up there, don't want to hawk. Well, not people. A lot of Israelites, they don't want to hearken to the word of the Lord. That's why a lot of people are going to get destroyed. But through the Spirit of the Lord, Jonah ain't get that that punishment, man. But everybody not going to be that lucky and great to get that, because the Lord, when the Lord tell you to do something, you supposed to do it. But I mean, you know, brothers read this story before, but I just was touching on some key points, because a lot of times that's what happened. The Lord tell you to do something, and you run away from it. You know, like a lot of times in the world, like not a lot of times in the world, but a lot of times happen. You know, you sitting up here, you crying Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, but when everything go good, you ain't think about Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah. But let your ass get sick. Let your ass get sick. You sitting up here, you get sick or get an ailment or something. You sitting up here praying to the Lord. Then you want to be all intact and super holy, but the Lord sitting up here telling you to do these things. And even if you do it, even if you is doing these things and it happen, you supposed to still say the water Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah for what you're going through, because it could be a lot worse. But you don't want to take for you to get sick, get the flu, get the COVID, or anything, have any kind of ailments, blood pressure, heart attack, stuff like that, for you to sit up there and be like, man, yo, I was neglected and the Lord jacked me up or whatever, man. We gotta be in the spirit of non-stop, like the Lord told Jonah to go into Nineveh and prophesy, man. And Jonah sat up there and ran away and tried to duck the Lord, man. You can't duck the Lord, man. The Lord's eyes 10 times 1,000 brighter than the sun. I mean, you know, I'm just hitting some quick points, but man, we all know what happened. Like I said, I'm going on to verse 2, chapter 2. It say, we know what happened. The fish swallowed up Noah. Then he wanted to get his mind right, and that's the spirit I'm talking about. We want to be in the spirit with things not happening to make us sit down and have to think about the Lord. I remember it was almost about 2 to 3 years ago when I was sick with the vid, and I was sitting up in the damn hospital room, not knowing if I was gonna make it out of there, looking out the window, looking at the birds, just wanting to be outside, saying, Lord, you get me out of this. I'll do this better, I'll do that better. I just wanna get out of here. I just wanna smell some fresh air. I just wanna do this. And lo and behold, it was all right for a minute. And then I got lapsed again, not doing what the Lord wanted me to do to the level that I supposed to do it, man. We can't keep playing with the Lord, man. The Lord is gonna get tired of it eventually, man. But I'm a Salaki. I'm gonna bring out the point I was getting into, because I went on a little long. Then Jonah prayed unto the Lord his God out of the fish's belly. So right here at this point, the fish swallowed up Jonah, and then a point that I didn't make, it said he was in hell. Hell not meaning a place, but a condition, man. He was in a condition, man. And said, I cried by reason of my affliction unto the Lord, and he heard me out of the belly of the. There we go. And we heard, and Salaki, I'm gonna start again. And he said, I cried by reason of my affliction unto the Lord. You know who the Lord is. It's in capital letters. This is Yahweh, not Yahweh Shah. And he heard me. Out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou heardest my voice. See, even though Jonah sat up there and ran and ain't do what the Lord told him to do, the Lord made that fish grab him and put him set him down for a minute, and made him cry out to him, but the Lord heard him. For thou hast cast me in the deep, in the midst of the sea, and the floods compassed me about. All thy billows and thy waves passed over me. Then I said, I am cast out of the sight, yet I will look again towards the holy temple. See, it took for him to be in that position in that fish's belly to get his mind right, man. And we got to that's why it's important that we fast. Something that I'm not doing enough of. Fast, pray, and pray nonstop, man. So we won't have to be in these situations where something going down and we think about the Lord, when we should be thinking about Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah at all times, man. It's all through the scriptures of these stories, and we as I'm speaking as myself, need to be reading more, being in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, man. So we won't have to be going back to these things continuously over and over again. But that's my not rant, but that's what I'm off on my spirit to offer today. I just wanted to make a quick point, Lord Salakia. I mean, I can only do my best, me, and I'm not really long-winded with these videos, but I'm gonna end it at that point. Hopefully, this was edifying. Shalom.